Hey guys, so it is dark. It is dark when I go to work and it is dark when I leave work. I don't like it. So I want to talk a little bit about finding your purpose. Okay. So, hello. This is something that I have really struggled with for a very long time, and I know a lot of other people have as well. There are things that I've wanted to do with my life, but they just have not seemed feasible. There are things that I've wanted to do with my life that circumstances have kept me from being able to do. And the thing that really I have come away with is, some jobs might really just hit that niche for you. But when you find something that you can do, I can do the thing, and you have a decent work environment, then does it really matter what you do for work when you have the opportunity to be, what you do for work is one thing, and then what you do at work, like what you do for work and then what you do at work, are two different things to me. I've had jobs where they were good jobs. I enjoyed the jobs, but I did not get to interact with the people. It's too fast paced. And don't get me wrong, there's still definitely times like that with the job I have now. But the environment is such that I am able to have interaction with my coworkers. I can't dilly-dally around, obviously, but I can interact and I can bring value to other people in that interaction. Now, granted, what I'm doing is it's manufacturing, but that is not the meaningful thing that I'm doing at that workplace. The meaningful thing that I'm doing is connecting with other people and lifting them up and, bringing smiles just by being myself. And, ironically, being myself is what my abuser told me that people didn't like about me, and that I was too much. So if somebody has criticized you about who you are, and the way you are just being too much, I would really just kind of consider the source on that. Speedy Gonzalez in front of me here. Wow. All right. The traffic is really atrocious right now for some reason. Oh my gosh, it's not usually this bad. This is crazy. Okay. In previous jobs that I've worked, like I said, I enjoyed them, but I didn't really get to engage meaningfully with the people around me. And that was kind of a sticky point for me. One of the jobs I had prior to this one was in landscaping, and I like playing in dirt. But things have to be done in exactly such a way, and I didn't get a whole lot of direction on that, on the way that it should be done or needed to be done or what have you. And aside from being able to interact with one coworker, I did not have that connection with people. I didn't have that interaction. And that to me made that job so difficult. Because clear expectations weren't laid out, for one. And for two, just the lack of interaction. Now, I'm very much an introvert. I'm very much an introvert. And you might think, well, no, you're an extrovert because you enjoy being around people. Okay, no. I'm an introvert because I have to be by myself to recharge. But I am a very, very social creature. And see, I know that about myself. So while ultimately my goal is to be in psychology, which, guess what? People. Interaction with people. The jobs that I've had that have high interaction with people have been the more rewarding ones, and the ones that I've really learned the most from and taken away the most from and grown the most from. So, I had a car sales job, and honestly, when I had good management, I loved it. I loved that job. When I didn't have good management, I struggled. You need to have proper support when you do stuff like that. But no, I had a lot of really great interactions with people, and I had a couple who was so happy with how the way that I upsold them on a vehicle that they were looking at, that they actually sent me 2 bottles of wine from Oregon, from where they lived, after they got home. So, at first they really weren't sure about it, and it was a process, man. It was a process. They were there for 3 days, and it was quite the experience for them and for me. I had to actually get the door of their new car repainted before they took delivery of it. So there was just a lot involved, and for most people out there, having that kind of experience when you're buying a car, especially a brand new car, you end up having to stay in 2-3 states away for 3 days. That's not really part of the plan. I will say this couple was really actually pretty flexible. It was interesting. I didn't think that it was going to work. But I just went based on what they were telling me. I was listening to them, and my goal wasn't to upsell them. Literally, like I said, I was just listening to them, and I'm like, this car probably will be more of what you want. Like, ultimately, it has these features that you're talking about, that you like, you have value, you find value in those, and I think you're going to get a lot more out of this. And ultimately, evidently that was the case. So it wasn't a case of me picking a car for them. It was a case of me listening to them and listening to their comments, about the colors and about the interior features, and putting that all together and seeing, hey, I have a car that meets this. Let's see if we can get them into it. So, that to me was a really fun experience. They were kind of resistant during the process there, and there were definitely objections to overcome, but we got there. As you can probably tell by my tone, it's a very fond memory of that time, and that's what kind of started cluing me in on the fact that I really enjoy people-oriented jobs. I've always had a proclivity toward psychology and introspection and understanding the self, know thyself and all that. And that's probably one of the most difficult things that we can do as humans, is be able to acknowledge our less than pleasant parts. Anyway, going back to job and career choices, like I said, ultimately I want to be in psychology. That's what I'm going to school for. That's what I just have a, like I said, proclivity, kind of a knack for it, just a natural ease of understanding. And I don't know, I get something really worthwhile from it. And when I can interact with the people around me in a meaningful way, then it makes the experience, the job that I'm doing, so much more fulfilling. And yeah, at every job there are people who you don't necessarily get along with, and you find your ways to coexist. Or you don't. Either way. Some people are a challenge, shall we say. But that being said, does it really matter exactly what you do for work? As long as you are able to do what brings meaning into your life, what feels meaningful to you. Like I said, there's another job that I've been considering that I don't know if I can meet the qualifications for it, but it's very people oriented, and I'd love to see if I can get into it. I have tried in the past and was disqualified because of my history in some ways, and background, if you will. So I'm not super duper hanging my hat on that, but I really think that it would be a good experience. It would be definitely very challenging in some respects, but I think it would be a really good experience. And one of the reasons for that is because, like I said, it's very people oriented. And I like a challenge. I'm one of those. I don't really back away from those. When I'm challenged to learn and grow and learn how to handle new situations and adopt new skills. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult than others, but that being said, what's meaningful to you? What makes you light up? What makes you glow? What lights you up like a Christmas tree? It's funny. For so long, I thought I was really, really bad with people. Because guess what? That's what my abuser told me. Why? To keep me isolated. But there were a lot of skills that I was missing, but I wasn't bad with people. I was insecure, sure. Wow, bro. You have all of the lights, all of them, sir. What was I saying? Sorry. This truck had all of the lights, all of them, and then some. Yeah, so when you find that thing that just kind of makes you hum, you know, it just feels holy Christmas lights. It just feels right when you're doing this. It's like I said, for me, it's interacting with people in a meaningful way that supports them and allows them to feel heard and allows them to feel connected. And a lot of that is talking about what I went through, because you would be shocked, stunned at how many people have gone through the same thing. Maybe not exactly the same thing, but by golly, they have had a very similar experience. To varying degrees, you know. I cannot tell you the number of people who I know who either are still going through or have gone through the kind of psychological and emotional abuse that I've talked about. And here's the wild thing, is they think that they are alone. They think that they are not, you know, they think that they're the only ones. And there's such a stigma around it that they don't talk about it. You know, there's a lot of shame around it. And that is programmed in by the abuser to keep you from talking about it. So it keeps you isolated. But, you know, the abuser's power is in your silence. That thing that happened to you, its power is in your silence. Talk about it. Shame is such a powerful thing. It can keep us from pursuing the things that we love and the things that are really important to us. Ha, I saw the hole this time. Ha ha ha. You know, they can keep us from pursuing the things that are meaningful to us. It, yes. All of the above. I'm watching for cars here. So figure out, you know, what makes you tick? What is it that really, really makes you tick? Maybe it's anything with machines. Maybe it's design. Maybe it's architecture, interior stuff. You know, I mean, it could be anything. It could be working with animals. Find what it is. And you will find that there are opportunities. Like for me, with my love of interacting with people and my kind of like knack for it, I guess, there are a lot of options. a lot of options. And, you know, I've, gosh, only in my 30s, come to realize that that's where I want to be. That's what I want to be doing. And the amount of stuff I've been through really lends itself to being able to connect with people in difficult situations, emotionally and mentally, you know. And by golly, I really feel like it's important to use that. You know, if you have it, why not? But whatever it is, you know, you can bring joy to other people just by doing what makes you tick. Because it's all in your attitude. It's all in how you feel. Because how you feel, they're going to pick up on that. And they're going to feel your energy. And, you know, I'm not one of those woo-woo people. But, you know, our bodies, this is scientific fact. We have electromagnetic fields. And if you think that your emotional state does not give off specific types of energy, or you know, create certain frequencies, then I don't know what to tell you. But I really believe in being able to create a meaningful life in doing what makes you tick and being able to bring value to others in doing that. Okay, guys, I gotta go into UPS to send off an Amazon return. I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.